completing the square, or solve by taking the square root, doing something with the square instead of factoring. Make sure your cell phones are away so that you're concentrating here. Anytime it says that, then it means you don't want it to equal 0 on the right-hand side. Okay? It means that you want numbers on the right and variables on the left. If you are factoring, that's a different story. So we're going to write it. Let me center this again. We're going to write it so that all the variables, whatever letter is there, all those variables are going to be on the left, and there's going to be a number on the right. So we, in this case, have to move the negative 48 over. And there's not really a way to equals positive 48. So there's not really, there's the way that I mostly remember that is if I'm supposed to solve for x without factoring, I have to get all the variables on the left and the numbers on the right. Okay, so I'm not going to factor this. I'm going to do what we did yesterday. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to completely, and sometimes you want to make sure you leave space there as well. So what I'm going to do is ignore the right-hand side for a second. Just focus on these. And I want to write it like this, just like yesterday. Okay? What number, look at these two numbers right here. I'm going to rewrite it as x squared plus 2x plus what? What numbers go right here? Anybody remember? 1. That's right. From yesterday. You take half of the middle, or that's the x term. The middle number is 2x. Divide by 2, you get 1. That goes right there. And then, what number was right here? And I'm going to do it in a different no. 1, because it's this number squared. Okay? It's half the middle number. Let me write it over here again. 2 over 2 squared equals 1. And then when you square that, you get 1. So let me show you again. Look at this number right here. This is all you do. You take this 2, you take half of it, get 1. Then you square that number, you get 1. Then you put it in. Okay, just like yesterday. And we'll do more, it'll stick in your mind some more. But this time it's different because we have an equal sign. If I added 1 in right here, on this side of the equal sign, where else do I have to put it? If you do something on the left side, then what? You have to do it on the right side. Okay, I'm about to get out the phone pressure. There's several of you already still with it out. You got plus 1 on this side. Whatever you do on one side of the equal sign, you have to balance it out by doing it on the right-hand side. So look what happens here. It becomes equals 49. And now, you don't have x by itself. X is stuck inside the parentheses. So how do I get rid of the square? Square root. Opposite of square is the square root. This part is the easy part now. The square root and the square cancel each other out, and you're left with x plus 1 equals 2 numbers. What 2 numbers right here? 7 and negative 7. Good. Okay, last thing to get x by itself, we have x plus 1. So move that over, and it becomes x equals negative 1 plus or minus 7. For the rest of the stuff that we do for this chapter, you're going to be seeing 2 answers here, plus and minus. And think about what that really means. Lots of different people write it in different ways. Here's one that I think will help you.
How did you get the plus 1 on the right side? Make it 49.
Because see this? We did just like yesterday, where we took half the middle number and we got 1, and then we squared it, we got 1. And we would just add it in yesterday. There was no equal sign. But today there's an equal sign, so whatever you do on the left, you have to do on the right to put it back. Yesterday was no equal sign, today we've got an equal sign. So now we make it negative 1 plus 7 as one of our possible answers. And what's the other choice? Negative 1 minus 7. Okay, those are your 2 answers. You use your plus sign, and then you use your minus sign. And you got your 2 answers. Negative 1 plus 7 is 6. Negative 1 minus 7 is negative 8. And those are your 2 answers. This is called completing the square. Okay, so do the stuff just like yesterday. Add it to both sides and solve it do a few more so that you've got the steps. Everyone still ready? No? Alright, so, yeah. That's an equals in front of 75. Alright, so now we've got this equal sign. First step. Step number 1 is to make sure all your variables are on the left and your numbers without variables, they're called constants, those are on the right. Okay? So we've got that. Step number 2 is to do this factoring. Okay, we've got to do this just like yesterday. We're going to do the left-hand side, then we're going to deal with the rest of it. So we're going to write this as b squared plus 10b. Do just like yesterday. What number goes right here? 25. Good. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Square that. You get 25. So just like yesterday, all of you, most of you got 100% on that IXL. You took half the middle number and you squared it. Right? Okay, but that's just the same first step. Okay, you got the first step is kind of easy, right? Add 25. Not yet. I'm only doing the left side. So let's finish writing this. You did this for your homework. You turn it into parentheses now. What number goes right here? The 5. Remember, it's half of 10 and it's a square root of 25. Half of 10 is 5. Square it, you get 25. Alright, that was the stuff from yesterday. Now let's add in the things from today. We've got 75 here. But what do I have to do to keep it balanced? Add 25 again. That's the C, yeah? Alright, now 75 plus 25 makes 100. The only thing is that if you add that C in on the left-hand side, you have to do it to the other side of the equal sign, because an equal sign has to stay balanced. No, that's a good question. No, because the original problem doesn't have a 25 in there. I'm not moving. Look at see, there's not a 25 there for me to move. I added it in there, so to keep it balanced, I have to do the same thing to the other side. It's not like I'm just moving it. If you add something on one side, add it on the other side. Okay, now, this part's not too hard right here. You take the square root of both sides, and the only thing that does for you is make the square root go away. So now you're left with just the b plus the 5. The square root sign went away, the square sign went away. Equals square root of 100 is, or negative 10. You got right there? Okay, so just like yesterday, we write the parentheses. The only thing we have to add in there is if you're adding 25 on this side, you have to add 25 on this side. And now we're just taking square root of both sides, just like we did in the warm-up, except there was a parenthesis in there. So we have one step left. We have to move. Now this time, I am changing the sign because it's already there. I have to move it. So B equals negative 5 plus 10 or minus 10. So that gives us two possibilities. I'm either going to do negative 5 plus 10, or I'm going to do negative 5 minus 10. No. No, you just have to make sure you turn that into a negative 5. Well, we're one step away. Negative 5 plus 10 will become an answer of positive 5. And then by minus 10 will become an answer of negative 15. Those are your answers.
So that's the two answers.
Those are the two answers, yep. When you factor, you got two answers. If you do completing the square, you should get two answers. Okay? It's not the same numbers anymore, but it is one positive value. It's just two different answers. Number 3, let's go down. Okay, let's go through this one step at a time again. First of all your variables should be on the left and all your constants should be on the right, the numbers without variables. Okay, so we're going to rewrite this as n squared minus 20n, and then we're going to add something in there, and then we're going to do the same thing to both sides. So now we're doing just like yesterday. We have to add in a c right here. So negative 20 divided by 2, and then make it 100. That's right. Negative 20 divided by 2 is negative 10. Negative 10 squared is positive 100. Okay, when you square something, it will always be positive because it's a negative times a negative. But if I do it there, then I have to do it where? On the other side. Now, just like yesterday, we put that straight into parentheses. Is that a plus 10 or a minus 10 this time? Minus. You go by what you took half of. Half of negative 20 is negative 10. But on this side, what do we have? Negative 75 plus 100? 25. Okay, the easiest thing to do right now is to take the square root of both sides. Don't try to multiply it all out. That'll make it harder. Just take the square root of both sides so that those two things can cancel. And when they cancel, you're left with n minus 10 on this side equals plus or minus 5. And that's where your two answers come from doing a plus 5 and then doing a minus 5. This n is not alone yet. How do I get n alone? Add 10 to both sides. So it's n equals, it becomes a positive 10 plus 5 and minus 5. Those are your two possible answers. And I don't care how you organize your work at this point. I don't even care if you do it in your head. I care that you do a 10 plus a 5 and then you do a 10 minus 5. 10 plus 5 and 10 minus 5. So you get 15 and then you get 5. So it's combining basically the whole entire chapter. It's combining what we did yesterday, finding that perfect square, and then it's combining taking the square root of both sides and then just solving. Go down to number 5. Can anybody tell me what's different between number 3 and number 5? 4 numbers, yeah. Yes, those are the two final answers. There's 4 numbers, that's right, and there's something over here that shouldn't be over here. Your first step is to get only your variables on the left and all your numbers without variables on the right. So what I'm going to start out with is plus 9 on both sides. Okay, the one up at number 3, it already had the variables isolated. That's a T. Okay, you've already seen the 16. Good. So I rewrite it with some space so I can add the C in right there. I'm going to be adding in a number right here and adding in a number right here. What number is that again? 16. 8 divided by 2 and square it. Yep. Alright, so we have T plus, how do we know what number goes right here? It's the 4. Good. Half of 8 square root of 16, it's the same number. It's 4 equals 25. Okay, most common mistakes that happen is that people forget to add it to both sides. And the other common mistake is that people forget to come up with 2 answers. Are we to the point where we see what to do here? Whenever you see this, you're automatically going to do what? Square root both sides, okay? Otherwise, you make it too complicated. T plus 4 is equal to positive 5 and negative 5. If you can do things in your head from this point, that's okay. Just be really, really careful about the positives and negatives. I'm going to write it out. That positive 4 turns into, when you move it across the sign, that's right. So we have a negative 4 plus 5, and we have a negative 4 minus 5. I'm always going to write it out for notes because I want people to see where it comes from. Negative 4 plus 5, negative 4 minus 5. So what are the two actual answers? And negative 9. Negative plus a negative. Okay? Alright, let's try number 7, where you guys kind of help me out to do the problem. What's the first thing I should do? Yes. Move that 8 over. We only want variables on the left and we want non-variables on the right. I was listening to you finish your You take half of the -2, that's -1, and when you square that, you get positive. All right. So tell me what to do now. -1, good.
That's what I got.
And then what? Square root it. Yep. When you have something squared, you can get rid of by square rooting if it's alone. Okay, add 1 to both sides, I heard. Good. Some of you will just do that in your head. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 minus 3 makes -2. Okay, I want to show you what happens when it doesn't come out to a whole number, so I hope you have your calculators. Let's just do number 8, and then we'll finish up the rest of the part, and then I'll check. All right, number 8. Is that a +1 right there? Yeah, plus 6s plus 1. All right, so the first thing that you do is move all the s's to the left. S squared plus 6s, and then equals -1. You move that over. Next thing, what number gets added in right here? A lot of you are good at just figuring that out in your head. 9, good. Half of 6 is 3. When you square it, you get 9. And that number is the number that you got when you took half. That number goes in parentheses. S plus 3 squared equals 8. Okay, -1 and then +1. So now you take the square to both sides, and you get s plus 3, the squares went away, equals the square root of 8. We don't know the square root of 8. The directions say round to the nearest 100. So you can either do that now or you can do it at the end. I usually, well, it might be easier for you guys if we do it now. So it equals plus or minus. Find the square. All right, so now all we have left to do is take that +3 and move it over. So we're going to have s equals -3 plus or minus 2.83. And you're going to have to turn that into two answers. -3 plus 2.83 and -3 minus 2.83. Use your calculators to find both of those answers. This one's -5.83 because it's just a whole number that's being added.
Hey, what up, bro?